All right, guys. So my 10-year high school reunion is next month, and when I knew this day was coming at some point, and I expected that when I went to my 10-year high school reunion, I was gonna go there like a lot different. I think we all expect that when we go to our high school reunion, we're gonna be a lot different than what we probably are, right? But one thing I can say that I'm glad and proud of, since high school, was the fact that I was able to keep my core group of friends together. I was able to keep in contact with my core group of friends, and we have conversations. I know what's kind of going on in their lives, maybe where they're working or where they live or what they're doing, if they're dating, whatever. Like I can kind of still keep that relationship strong, those relationships strong, and I'm grateful for that. Right, like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a group FaceTime call and we were just talking about just everything that was going on. I remember that when that was happening, I was shaving my head and shaving my face like during the call. Just weird. That's just how we've always been, right? We've always been like just boys, right? And I'm grateful that I have friendships like that, not just from high school, but I've been able to build friendships like that outside of school, basically. I think a lot of my friendships are high school and college, based, but being able to build friendships outside like post school has also been important to me. And I think probably the most important thing I preach this so much on my channel is community, friendships, relationships, love, all like those are the things that matter to me the most. I think we all care about our jobs, we all care about our businesses and all that stuff. Like, yeah, money is good, having security is good, all these things are good. But to me, nothing beats having healthy relationships. Especially for me, having expressive relationships where I can tell my friends, hey, I love you, I'm thinking about you, da 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 da, and they're able to express that back. Or they're able to express gratitude and they're able to reach out to me and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. What are you doing next week? Let's grab this. I love having those feelings. Like those things matter to me a lot. Um, I remember there was like a trend on, was it TikTok or wherever it was. It was a trend, and it was guys calling their old friends and just being like, "Hey, I'm thinking about you, love you, good night." And some guys were taken aback, like, "What? Like you thinking about me?" Some guys were emotional, crying on the phone, and just things like that matter to, especially to us guys. Like they matter a lot. Being able to have friendships that where you express each other and you love each other, those things matter so much. I feel, especially us in our 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, around that age group, where I think it becomes a little bit harder to build friendships. I've heard so many people say things like, "Oh, I don't really know how to make friends," or "I'm in a new city. How do I make friends?" Or in a time where a lot of us are afraid to express, our feelings, express how we feel about people, just tell each other how we feel. A lot of people are holding things back. They don't want to be hurt. They don't want to be rejected. They don't want to be put yourself out there. Like as somebody that puts himself out there, I can speak from experience. I can speak from just the confidence that I have in terms of speaking to people. It's worth it. I've been rejected so many times. I've been rejected by, in friendships. I've been rejected in relationships. I've been rejected in whatever. It doesn't, none of it matters in the grand scheme of things. As long as you're able to put yourself out there, you're able to tell people how you feel about them. At least you always get a clear answer. You always get a clear and direct answer. You don't have to worry about, oh, I never said this. I regret, not putting myself out there. I wish I could have said this. I wish I could have said that. You never know, right? So just put yourself out there, and whatever comes back is probably what you need, or the answer you want. Might not be the answer you want, but it's the answer you need. Let me put it like that. I'm someone that I reach out, and if I think about somebody, I'll always text them. I'll always say, "Oh, I'm thinking about you," or "How are you? How have you been? What's going on with your life? What's new in your life?" Etc. 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 Because it's on my mind. Like, why not say it? Some people will say things like, "Oh, I've been meaning to reach out to you." Then reach out. It doesn't cost you anything to send a 30-second text or 10-second text or whatever. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm never gonna look at a text from somebody reaching out and be like, ugh. You know, I haven't experienced it where I've reached out to somebody and they were like, ugh, why are you texting me? Like, why are you checking up on me? Like, people appreciate these things, so I feel like we should do more of it. One of the things that for me was really hard to take was a close friend of mine from high school passed away years ago, right? And I remember leading up to his passing, I thought there were so many things I wanted to say, so many things I wanted to express, like, oh, I appreciate all the things you did for me in school. I appreciate, everything that we did together, all the memories that we had, all these kind of things. And I never was able to call. 4 years after graduation, I wasn't able to call, and that's one of the things that stuck with me for years. It took me a while to get over that, just not being able to ever have a conversation with him again, right? Ever since that thing happened, there's not a moment that goes by where I think about somebody and I don't reach out. Like, I'll never allow something like that to happen again. I'll never allow years to go by without me telling a friend I love them, or I care about them, or I'm thinking about them, or I wish they're doing well. What's new in your life? Are you married? Do you have kids? Stuff like that. I can't allow years to go by without having that conversation, with those relationships being watered on a consistent basis. To where now I'm grateful that whether it's through gaming, whether it's through hanging out, whether it's through FaceTime, whether it's through group chats, I can have a conversation or a checkup with a friend of mine on a consistent basis. I don't have to worry about, oh, when next will I hear from you? When next will I don't have to worry about any of that. Like, I can confidently say I will be able to speak to them or have some kind of interaction with them on a consistent bit. Like, I don't remember the last time I went a year without talking to a friend of mine, a true friend, somebody that I consider a friend. I don't think it's ever been more than a month or a few months of me not speaking to that person. So yeah, this is something that matters to me a lot, because I see so many people, or I talk to so many people, and they feel lonely. They feel like they can't open up to anybody. They feel like they can't talk to anybody about anything. They can't express how they feel about certain things. And what I think one of the biggest issues with that is a lot of people don't feel like they have a safe space to do that. They don't feel like they have relationships where they can open up and tell people things and people will care. They're always thinking, oh, this person has so much going on in their life. They're doing this. They have this job, this business, this family, this thing. But it's been my experience that people will always give you the time of day. If you reach out and if you want to just talk, or if you have emotions or whatever, people will accept it. They'll be receptive to it. At least in my experience, and the people that I've surrounded myself with, I can confidently say you are better off reaching out and opening up, because somebody will want to listen. I think that's something that I try to preach as much as possible in terms of community. Is people want community. Maybe we just don't know how to go about it. We're going about it the wrong way. But people want that community. They want that security. They want that safety. They want that feeling of being loved by people, being surrounded by love on a consistent basis. People want that. I don't think people are going to be looking at it like, ugh, I don't want people to care about me, or people to love me, or people to be able to open up to. I don't think people are thinking like that. So let's continue to water our relationships, guys. Not just romantic relationships where you talk to them every day and you see them every day and you go on dates and stuff. Let's water our friendships as well. Keep consistent with your friends. Check in on your friends. Don't ever think it's too much to check in, or it's too many texts, or it's never too much. Always put in that effort, because it's being appreciated, and it will be reciprocated as well. So yeah, next month, going back to where I grew up for the first time in 10 years. I don't think I said this, but the day I graduated was like May 27th, 28th, whatever, 29th. The last Saturday of May, 2015. Literally like 2 weeks later, I moved to Texas, and I haven't been back to California since. So I haven't seen anybody physically in 10 years for the most part. People that I grew up with, my parents' friends, their children, my parents' friends in general, my high school classmates. I haven't seen anybody physically in 10 years. So yeah, that's probably not the healthiest way to go about it, but that's kind of how I've always been pushing back that trip back to California for so many years, but they got me this time. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to have that experience and be able to relive certain things, and just, yeah, I'm excited. So Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, for just your support. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please leave a comment below on anything you think about friendships, relationships, just things of that nature. And I will be seeing you guys on the next video. Make sure to subscribe as well. Thank you guys. Bye. God bless.